On the Nola grind, yeah, I'm stuck in my ways. Poker face on, don't fold, I just play. Haters talk loud, but they fade away. I've been all in, I don't care what they say. Stacking these chips like a table in Vegas. Yeah, life.
What's going on, guys? This is Wednesday, March 25th, and we are back at it again. All right, guys, today video is going to be a little different. We are going to do our normal grind, but we're going to have a grind with purpose. We're going to, tell you about 3 gig apps that I feel way far exceed DoorDash in the year 2026. I know a lot of people come in to gig space and they only use DoorDash to start it off. You know what I mean? Like that was the first app they do. They're very familiar with it. There's just so many other apps out there. And I'm going to go over 3 gig apps that I feel that are the best to use in 2026. And I'm going to give the reasons to why I feel that way. Now, these apps may surprise you that I'm talking about because, if you watch the channel, it may differ from what I do. Simply because mine's a little different. My situation is a little different. Now I'm gonna think as a regular person trying to make money that they normally wouldn't be able to make. You know what I mean? Like they go out and make their money. Maybe they just left the W-2 job and they want to make sure that they can make ends meet. Which apps would I go with? Now, the first on the list, and I think it's still the top choice as far as transitioning from DoorDash to, from DoorDash to other apps, is going to be Uber Eats. The reason why I feel that way, I know Uber Eats is the base pay has been lowered recently. The tier system, a lot of people are not liking the tier systems and stuff. But in my area, what I'm saying about Uber Eats is the ability to just flick it on and go whenever you want to go. You can do that with Uber Eats. That's just literally the one app you can do that with. You can't really do that with apps like Instacart because stores aren't open. You can't really do that with, apps like DoorDash because you have scheduling and things like that. You can't, and there is some scheduling rolling out on Uber. So I'm talking about as of right now in my area, these are the apps that I would recommend. Now, the second part to that with Uber Eats, not only can you turn it on whenever, but have you ever turned Uber Eats on without being bombarded with orders? Probably not. They may be low orders. They may be low $2, $3 orders. But you are 100% bombarded with orders. What does that mean? That means they have it unlocked as far as the orders in your area. And in most areas, Uber Eats is just, they have a lot of orders out there. So if you have the abundance of orders and you're able to turn it on whenever you wish, what that allows you to do is grind it out. You can absolutely just grind it out. It may not be pretty. It may not be pretty, but if you needed $80 to pay a certain bill today, you can turn on Uber Eats and you could grind it out 100%. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You could do it if you want to grind it out on Uber Eats right now. And I'm very confident to say that. I can make a goal, a reasonable goal, 300 or less, and I can make that goal on Uber Eats only for sure, even at the little. There's so many small orders, but there's decent ones in there too, because there's abundance of orders for sure. Right now though, guys, you might not be able to see this drop off. We're heading to a drop off right here. This is on Spark. We'll get to that app in a little bit, but this is on Spark. It's just alcohol. All they got was two Jim Beams, same one twice, just one item, $23. It looks a little far over here, but this is where my catering pickup and stuff is going to be on this side of town. So I decided to take this over here. Now, it was weird. When I went to shop for this, at the top it said shop time. It was like 7 something. It's not after 9 o'clock. I don't know if it's been sitting there for that long, and because I just turned on the app, I don't know if it's been sitting there for that long, or if someone tried to deliver this and had to return it. I'm nervous about that, so we'll see. You guys may not be able to see this drop off though. I may try to do what I can with the other camera out there. We'll see how the setup is, but yeah. So leave in the comments below, what do you think about Uber Eats is one of the first alternatives for DoorDash as far as in 2026? I don't think it's close, because you can flick it on at any time, and you can you have an abundance of orders. After we get this one dropped off, and then we're heading to our caterings, I will go over the second and the third one throughout the video. But anyways, let's get this first one dropped off here, and let's get today started off with a bang. Let's get it.
Life is a gamble when I'm all about my poker chips.
All right, guys, we're almost here to the drop off of this alcohol. Wanted to try to give the camera a try. I may have to scrap this. You might not even see it depending on the setup. If it's like an apartment or something like that, it's just hard to tell sometimes. What I'll do is maneuver the camera towards where I'm going. You won't be able to, see the customer, but you can see the action, if that makes sense. Yeah, so I got a lot of comments about what app should I use? I see you use this and do that. It's hard to mimic someone else when it comes to gig work, because markets are different, opportunities can be different. I've been doing gig work for a long time, so I've built relationships over the years. Which, that's kind of how that works. That's how life works, really. Building relationships. We're almost here now. Let's see what we got. Right past this light.
Yeah. 1 week off, lifetime mission. From crystal water to concrete streets. From island breeze to grinding all week. Laughing on deck, now I'm back in the seat. Hands on the wheel, gotta practice belief. I know
that's a 6.
Mexico nights, put my mind to rest.
Oh, there's two in the same spot. Should be a pretty decent setup if it works out. Should be a pretty decent setup. Oh, almost broke there. Don't want to break it. Thank you much. Have a blessed one. All right. All right, guys. $23, I believe that was, in the bag. I gotta do my face scan again. You know how it does this. All right, got that dropped off. Got the face scan done. I'm gonna go ahead and get these caterings in the car. Then we'll continue this chat. We'll continue this chat after these messages. Let's get it. All right, guys, we just got our orders picked up. All of our caterings are in the car now. And I want to continue on this list of 3 of gig apps that I recommend. Give a try. Just give it a good college try besides DoorDash in your arsenal. That way you can, maximize the money that you can have. The second one is probably going to shock a lot of the, avid watchers on the channel. And that second one to me is going to be Amazon Flex. Now, here are the reasonings behind why I feel Amazon Flex is one of the best apps as far as replacing regular income, W-2 income, with gig work. And the main reason is simple. The main reason is simple. You don't have to wait around in parking lots waiting on something to ding. You have blocks that you can block off, and you have guaranteed earnings for those blocks. That is so important, guys, in a day and age where we don't know. We can sit in a parking lot on DoorDash. You can sit in a parking lot all day. Man, it's not, hold on. All right, we got it. We in there. We can sit in the parking lot all day and not get many orders at all, if any. You know what I mean? I've sat with DoorDash on for 2 hours straight and didn't get a one ding. I was very surprised when I realized I was still logged into DoorDash. That has happened. It's happened in a recent video, actually. But anyways, with Flex, you can block off 5 in the morning to 7 in the morning, 7 to 10. You have the block that can be scheduled, right? That way you know how much money you're gonna make during that block. No ifs, ands, buts about it. You don't have to guess how much I can make within this amount of time that I have. If you know you have a certain amount of time, block you off some time. That way you're guaranteed that amount of time, that amount of money within those blocks. Guaranteed pay is by far, it will always be the best pay. Guaranteed pay. And that's why you're not gonna hear me, for the top 3, you're not gonna hear me talk about something that I always talk about in every one of my videos, catering. You're not gonna hear me talk about it. I love catering. Everybody knows I love catering. Catering is by far my favorite. But I work to get there. I set up situations. I work to get there. You know what I mean? You can sit there if you only did catering, and you're waiting on catering orders to come. You're at the beck and call of that order to coming through on Expedite. You're at the beck and call of that order to come through on Zifty. These apps that I'm mentioning are apps that you can just go out and make money regardless. You can just make the money regardless. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get 2 caterings dropped off right now. We're gonna get 2 of these dropped off, and then we're going to talk about our third and arguably, my favorite. You probably already know what it is. My third and probably my favorite app right now for sure in 2026. But let's go ahead, get 2 of these 3 catering dropped off now. All right, guys, we're here at the first drop off. Today's video is all going to be DJI. I'm not going to use my Insta360 cameras today. It's all going to be DJI because what I'm doing is dialing in my color grading. I love this stuff. So I'm gonna mess around with it for a few days. That way I can dial it in. And you need content in order to practice with it. So everything shot today will be DJI. I have, to put it in perspective, 3 of my cameras are DJI. I have a total of 8 cameras now. Kind of crazy. Alrighty. All right, guys, got that one dropped off. That one was 70 bucks. Now we're gonna move on to the other one. We're gonna move quick because when we have these long, these routes like this, you gotta move quick. Yeah, let's get the second one dropped off and then we'll go on to the third app that I'm talking about. Let's go. All right, guys, we're almost here to the second drop off. I decided to go ahead and do the third one right now before the second drop off. because the second and third drop off is pretty close together. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the third app that I would recommend going into besides DoorDash, like getting that out. Maybe you got deactivated from DoorDash. Maybe you're just trying to make consistent money. The most consistent by far to me right now is Walmart Spark. Walmart Spark is great. Guess what? Walmarts are everywhere. You go in the north, you go in the south, you go in the east, you go in the west, wherever you live, there's Walmarts around you somewhere. You may have to drive a little bit to a Walmart, but wherever you live, there is going to be a Walmart somewhere. And within that, if there's a Walmart, there's a Walmart Spark program. And it is by far the most consistent as far as the apps, as far as, guess what we're going to need? We're always going to need groceries. We're always going to need to eat. We're not going to always need to order out food and get those kind of luxury foods like from restaurants, but we will need groceries. And if we're going to need groceries, we're going to need a lot of times we need someone to get the groceries for us. And that's why Walmart Spark has become the most consistent app, period, for me. I mean, anybody, a lot of people that you ask, you probably range from about $18 to $25 an hour on Walmart Spark. Each one of these is about that range as far as the hourly. Now, is that groundbreaking money? No, it's not groundbreaking money. But can you replace a lot of people's W-2 $20 an hour jobs and replace it for this? Yes, you can. You can 100% replace it, but you need to be strategic when you're switching over. So yeah, let's do a little bit of a a refresher on this. Uber Eats was the first app that we chose. It was great for urban multi-apping. You can use it in conjunction with so many different apps because you can turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. You're not on a schedule. You don't have to worry about anything. The pay structure on Uber Eats is a base pay plus tips. Sometimes you have surges, and you do have bonuses mixed in there, and not very likely, but sometimes there's some bonuses. It is the most reliable backup to the most. It's got a really good UI system to be able to navigate the app very well. It works. It's good. It's reliable. Amazon Flex. You have very predictable income with Amazon Flex because you're blocking out your time. You know what I mean? So the pay structure on Amazon Flex, you have your fixed blocks. So however much you, $50, $70, wherever that block is that you choose, those are your fixed income for sure on Amazon Flex. So this app is by far the best app when you're trying to avoid any downtime. So you don't have to sit, you won't be sitting in a parking lot, you won't be doing any of that with Amazon Flex because you already have your time already blocked off. Finally, but not least to me, Walmart Spark. You have a high volume of orders on Walmart Spark because there's a lot of people who order groceries from Walmart. Walmart is one of the biggest retail, I can't say the biggest anymore because actually Amazon, for the Amazon Flex, just took over Walmart recently. So that we're talking about the two top retailers in the world, Amazon and Walmart. The pay structure on Walmart Spark, you got their base pay, you have your tips, and then you have your bonuses. The bonuses come very regularly, to be honest, very, very regularly. I generally only work the mornings with with Spark, but the bonuses are all throughout the day. With Spark, you're going to be able to gain the highest earnings, period. It's just, for consistency, because there's more volume on the app, which means that you're going to earn the most amount of money. That's just what it is. Now, of course, obviously, guys, honorable mentions. is going to be apps such as Expedite, Zifty, even Deliver That in some areas. You want to utilize your catering apps in conjunction with these apps. This is like the bread. These apps are the bread. The other stuff on the top, mixing in, is like the butter. You want to put a little bit of jelly on there, mix in a little Zifty. The base, the base of the sandwich is the bread, and these are going to be the base. These make very great base apps, because with caterings, we already know is hit or miss. We don't know, it's not as consistent as we, want it to be. We want it to be very consistent. And the catering apps aren't available everywhere. Like, some people don't have Zifty, some people don't have Expedite, some people don't have Deliver That. But these apps that I mentioned, Uber Eats is everywhere. Amazon Flex is pretty much everywhere. Walmart Spark is everywhere. So it's just consistency and being able to replace that job is what I wanted to go. But let's go ahead and get these final 2 dropped off. Leave it in the comments below. What do you guys think about this list? And if you're new to the channel, please hit the like and subscribe button. Let me know which one of these apps will you be trying to use as much as possible for this year. But let's get these 2 caterings dropped off now. All right, guys. We're here at the second one. Let's hurry up and get it dropped off so we can make this third one.
That's a neat little wagon, huh?
Yeah, makes it easy.
Makes it easy.
Yeah. Some food for you guys? I don't know where.
We can just unload it up here because we're going to take it upstairs. So.
Okay, so you just want to hear for now?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody leaves.
Yeah, we don't need a day.
It's all right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a blessed one. Alright, guys, very strange. I guess they have it like secured off back there. They don't want me, they just wanted me to just unload it there. Fine with me. That one was also $70. So let's move to the final one. Let's go.
Every chip, every mile. Daytime hustle, nighttime style. Tesla humming, I'm riding with pride. 2 different worlds, but they both collide. Stack that cash, I don't waste no spin. Playing to win, I'm built to ascend. From most for the felt, I'm locked in tight. This, that life, the Nola grind life. Woke up early, new app, new route. Another order, another paper route. Fast food bags, now passing the gate. Poker chips later, I control my fate. Pressure on me, but I handle it smooth. From the dash to the table, I just make moves. The grind don't stop, it just changes scenes. I'm the proof that hustle fuels dream. All in, every chip, every mile. Daytime hustle, nighttime style. Tesla humming, I'm riding with pride. 2 different worlds, but they both collide. Stack that cash, I don't waste no spin. Playing to win, I'm built to ascend. From most to the south, I'm locked in tight. This, that life, Nola grind life. Day shifts, night shifts, same mission. Different hustle, same vision. Got dreams, not superstition. Work and cars, my coalition. I ain't lucky, I'm consistent. Every route in hand, commitment. When the world sleep, I still climb. 2 grinds, 1 man, know the grind.
Is that here?
That is everything.
Okay, well that's nice way y'all got it.
Yep.
These little compartments.
Makes it easier, yeah, for sure.
All right, well thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Have a blessed one now. Enjoy.
You too, be careful.
I will. All right, guys. Got that final one dropped off. It was $50. Not bad. I think that puts us over $200 today. Very quick, very easy day. Leave in the comments below. What do you guys think about this? Everything we talked about today. If you aren't living the life you want to live, there's no better time like right now to go in and get that change. Hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I ain't lucky, I'm consistent. Every route in hand, commitment. When the world sleep, I still climb. 2 grinds, 1 man, the Nola grind.